Hey everyone, this time on Patina Pit Stop, I'm going to take my 1986 Chevy S10 that I call Shane Falco back down to the Atlanta, Georgia area to visit my dad, and I want to show you some of his cars, namely his 57 Chevy that someone once won that car brand new as a grand prize. So excited to show you that car, and let's get going with this adventure. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on why I'm going to Georgia and what is going on today. I'm making the drive to Atlanta and back, which is about 550 miles round trip. The reason why I'm going on this trip is my dad is a Vietnam veteran. He spent over 40 years in the military between the regular Army and the Army National Guard. He's the reason why I joined the Army National Guard when I was 20 years old. He's being recognized. He's getting, they're having a ceremony for him. He's been retired for several years now, but I'm going down there to visit and be a part of that, to support him. And so I figured while I'm going down there, while I'm doing this adventure, I'm going to show you my dad's garage. Now, you've seen it in some of the other videos when I've been down there. We're going to show you, I can give you kind of a tour of my dad's workshop garage, which is basically the basement of his house. And then also I'm going to show you a couple of his cars. So in the last couple of years, my dad has kind of sold off some of his old muscle cars and hot rods, kind of making his fleet a little more reasonable. So he's down to basically 2 hot rods, and those 2 hot rods are probably the coolest ones, the ones that have the best story. So that's why I'm going to kind of feature them in this video. The first one is his 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner. He has had it since 1993, I believe. We'll get into the whole story about the Roadrunner. And then the other car he has is the 57 Chevy. It's a 210 post. And it was actually won in a contest in Barrow County, Georgia in 1956. So as for the S10, I'm pretty optimistic that this thing's going to be okay to make it down there. I drive this thing every day to work for the past 9 months. It's been my daily driver. It's not a highway truck, you know what I mean? It's more of a getting around town kind of truck. So before I left yesterday, I swapped out the rear wheels and tires. So normally this truck has 15 by 8s with a 255/60 tire on it. Those tires are about 27 inches tall. About my fetish with rally wheels that's really good is they work on all my cars. I can swap them back and forth. So my wagon has 255/60s on a 7-inch rally, but when I do burnouts, or when I want to drive the wagon on a long drive, like for my plan is for like a drag and drive event, I have a 225/75/15 on a 7-inch rally. So I stuck those on the back of the S10 to drive down to Georgia, and my testing has shown me it's about a 200 RPM difference going on the highway. So 70 miles an hour is about 3,000 RPM, which is way better than 3,400. And once we get on the highway, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But we're getting ready to get on the highway, so it's going to get too loud to drive. So we'll maybe take some beauty shots along the way, and then maybe we'll get to Georgia. Woo! Here we go. I got to Georgia with no problems. First things, I stopped at my mom's house for a short visit and to take her to lunch and to see her dog Lucy. My mom didn't want to be recorded though. That's not a big surprise. Who is that good-looking stud right there? It looks like Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw had a baby. That's me too. That's cute. My mom she's representing Patina Pit Stop too. All right, this is my dad's garage. It's 50 by 50, basically the basement of his house. This side over here is the car storage part. Right up there, that's the doorway to go upstairs into the house. This side is where he pretty much parks his car, Roadrunner, Challenger. Probably put a couple more cars right there, but he's got his makeshift office set up here. He got his TV up there, his little desk. He's got Patina Pit Stop on his Miller Lite light. Got his TV, his radio, all this stuff set up so you can kind of hang out and watch TV or do whatever you like. Over here, got his 2009 Dodge Challenger RT. It is stock, original. He's lowered it, put the black stripe on it. That's about it. It has about 37,000 original miles. Going across the shop here, it's got a bathroom, shower, and full bath, which is kind of nice when you're down here working on stuff. That's me. Hi. This side of the shop is kind of our working on the stuff side. You got two stalls. This is the other garage door to get into the basement. There's a little truck that he's been working on for somebody. But if you notice, underneath the truck, there is a 5-foot deep pit. So it's really nice to be able to work on cars, oil changes, transmissions, or just do inspections. The pit was put in beforehand. There's his toolboxes, his roll around cart, his workbench that's got so much stuff on it, you can't really do anything. And then he's got just tables everywhere where he's got stuff. You can definitely tell this is an older guy's garage. He's got pictures everywhere. Next to the toolboxes, he's got this little utility room where he has a hand wash and sink right here. He's got all of his, batteries and tape and car cleaning supplies and buckets. And over here in the shop, he's got all his shelves for his engines and transmissions. Throughout the shop, he has air lines run through the walls all the way around the shop, so that way he's got air wherever he's at. There's some 48 lights, I believe, in this garage. Right here, there's a beam that goes across the whole length of the shop, and he's got a crane that runs along this track here, which is really nice for pulling engines or stuff out of the back of pickup trucks. Going outside, he's got lights underneath. This is the back porch. He's got lights under here. He's got his 57 Chevy taillights with some kind of creature has moved in here. He's got his Chrysler Dodge Pentastar and then a bow tie, if you can kind of tell. There's right into the bricks. It's his oil funnel holder, which is also some sort of small block Chevy. That jack, I remember that jack from when I was like 4 years old. He's had that jack forever. Same jack he's had like my entire life, and I'm 46 years old. When he comes down here and sees all these lights on, he's gonna freak out. None of those gauges work. They're all dummies. They don't have anything in them, but he just thought it was cool. So he hung it up on his wall. So I guess all these gauges, there's nothing in them. They're just the faces. It was a display at a parts store. And, he hung it on the wall. He's an old guy. They like to do that stuff. and he doesn't usually do this, but I got some beer. He likes M&Ms. Can you tell? M&Ms. He really likes M&Ms. So I bet that shovel is the shovel that I used to pick up dog poop when I was 8 years old in our backyard at our old house. I guarantee that's the same shovel. You know, he don't want to buy a new one. He just taped this one back up. I guarantee that's the same shovel that I've had. That I know it is. This is a 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner. It has only been titled in 2 families its entire lifetime. The car was parked in 1982 and sat until my dad found it in 1992 and brought it home. It still has the original 383 with a 727 torque flight transmission. The only thing that's ever been done is a valve job to this engine. It's never been out of the car. The car is unrestored, only having a paint job by Gary Hewitt of Lawrenceville, Georgia in 1994. The car has won numerous trophies over the years. It's been featured on Speed Vision's American Muscle Car and has been in the Year One parts catalog. This car has been on 2 Hot Rod Power Tours. It runs and drives perfectly. Currently has 110,000 original miles on it. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see a full-length feature video on this Roadrunner. This is a 1957 Chevy 210. It was won in a contest in Barrow County, Georgia on Christmas Eve, 1956. The car has only been titled in 2 names. It's got a little bit of rust in it. Got a little bit of patina. It's got a little bit of character. It's never been painted. It is all original. The only thing that was ever replaced on this car, as far as sheet metal, is the floor pans. The lady that won the car apparently parked it under a Georgia pine tree, and the years and years of being out in the weather definitely took its toll on the body. The original 3-speed on the column was swapped out for a 4-speed in the floor. The front and back seats were recovered, but the rest of the interior is pretty much original. The original 265 V8 was rebuilt to a 283, and the 2-barrel was replaced with a 4-barrel carburetor. Please be on the lookout for a future video that's a fully feature of this 57 Chevy. Look at all the loot. Okay, so that is one of the normal wheels and tires for the S10. But this rally wheel in Mickey Thompson and this one, these were off my old 72 Nova, and they've been in my dad's garage forever. So got them out of the way for him. That is a Power Glide out of a 66 Chevelle, and got some plans for that. And I have an aluminum intake, Holly probably 600, and an Edelbrock probably 600. I gotta get the numbers off of it. So scored an intake, carburetor, two wheels that were actually mine, but I got them back, and a Power Glide. It's part of the fun of going to Dad's house. He's got all kinds of stuff. And he was like happy, like, take this stuff. Get it out of my way. S10 made it back from Atlanta and back to Nashville. So over the last 3 days, I put about 570 miles. Used 1 quart of oil, but nothing else. It was fine. My right leg is still asleep because I don't have cruise control, and you know, you're like at half throttle to keep this thing wound up to 70. I can't really complain. The truck did good. I like this little truck. Thanks for watching this episode of Patina Pit Stop. Please be on the lookout for future videos about the 57 Chevy and the Roadrunner coming very soon. Also, if you would like to nominate a veteran for a Quilt of Valor, please check out qovf.org or Google Quilts of Valor, or I will place a link in the description below. That's going to make the video. I only took it to 5, Dad. I only took it to 5. I promise.